which was gutted and set on fire by unknown, hooligan in San Francisco. And in fact, as far as the activities of Pannoon is concerned, India has already apprised US of his activities and the way he has been openly issuing threats regarding India and has been involved in crimes in India. So that particular dossier, that particular issue will also be raised by India, and perhaps US FBI official will be apprised of his activities, his links, and how he's openly threatening to blow up in Air India flight, and perhaps
Siddhant, is it also important for us to have a broader perspective and understand and divorce the Pannoon issue for a second and see the broader cooperation that the two nations have had as far as intelligence sharing is concerned? Yes, in the last few months we have seen, ever since the diplomatic tensions between India and Canada are high, the US has been in a position where on certain issues where it has tried to create a balance, it still has had to take a position. Now this is a prosecution, it's a case going on, a legal battle on the US soil. But as far as India and US are concerned, we maintain good relations, strategic common interests and areas that the two countries continue to explore.
Absolutely. And look, even if you will speak to a US diplomat or perhaps somebody who is closely handling this case, they have one thing to say, that Indo-Pacific is their priority. The India-US relations are their priority. But at the same time, the judicial system in the US and the courts and the Justice Department works independently. And that is a process which they are meant to follow. And that is exactly what they are doing. And in fact, look at the statements that have been coming from US. There have been multiple statements made, but in none of the statements the line has been crossed by any of the spokesperson or the high-ranking officials of the government of United States, from Secretary Blinken to the spokesperson of White House and spokesperson of the State Department, because they also understand that this particular case is about the nexus of the criminals, of the nexus of gun runners, the transnational syndicate that works, and the priority, the larger, if you look at the larger vision, the larger perspective, then the priority is Indo-Pacific. The priority is India-US ties and the way both nations are collaborating in multiple verticals. The priority is that, and that is one reason that this could be a part of a discussion, or perhaps if 10 points are being discussed, so this would be one point in those 10 points. But this particular Pannoon discussion, or perhaps the committee being set up, cannot dominate the full conversation. Not just this time around when FBI officials will visit, but even otherwise also. So this is one of the issue, but not and surely not it's going to dominate the strategic dialogue with India, or for that matter with the larger policy issues. That's for sure.
Thank you, Siddhant, for putting all of that into perspective. Let's move on and get you some more news. The Congress and the opposition parties are up in arms against Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and this after certain remarks were made on the floor of the House by Union Home Minister Amit Shah against Pandit Jawahar Nehru, the legacy of the Congress party, and how that entire issue was handled by the erstwhile Congress government. Well, the argument of the Union Home Minister was that POK could have been a part of Kashmir, and the manner in which the issue of Kashmir was internationalized by Pandit Nehru was not the correct course forward. Of course, there is disagreement coming in from Mr. Farooq Abdullah, Mr. Farooq Abdullah, and various other voices. We'll try and play out all those reactions for you. We'll also try and connect with my colleague. First, let's listen in to what the Union Home Minister said and the reactions on it.
मान्यवर प्रेमचंद्रन जी ने यहाँ से किसी सदस्य ने कहा, एक शब्द प्रयोग पर बहुत बड़ी आपत्ति की। मैं वो शब्द प्रयोग की अनुमोदन करने के लिए आज मेरी बात कहना चाहता हूँ। मैं वो शब्द प्रयोग को सपोर्ट करना चाहता हूँ। वो शब्द प्रयोग था नेहरूवियन ब्लंडर। नेहरू के समय में जो ब्लंडर हुआ था, इसके कारण कश्मीर को भुगतना पड़ा। मैं मान्यवर इस सदन में खड़ा रहकर आपके आसन के सामने जिम्मेदारी के साथ कहता हूँ कि दो बड़ी गलतियाँ जो पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू के प्रधानमंत्री काल में हुई, उनके लिए गए निर्णयों से हुई। इसके कारण सालों तक कश्मीर ने सहन करना पड़ा। एक सबसे बड़ी गलती, जब हमारी सेना जीत रही थी, पंजाब का एरिया आते ही सीज फायर कर दिया गया और पाक ऑक्यूपाई कश्मीर का जन्म हुआ। अगर सीज फायर 3 दिन लेट होता तो पाक ऑक्यूपाई कश्मीर आज भारत का हिस्सा। एक ही गलती बताने से इतना तिल मिला गया।
नहीं, मैंने हटा दिया।
मैं तो सिर्फ नहीं ऐसा नहीं है, मैं सिर्फ 2 ही बताना चाहता हूँ। एक, पूरा कश्मीर जीते बगैर सीज फायर कर लिया, और दूसरा, यूएन के अंदर हमारे मसले को ले जाने की बहुत बड़ी गलती की।
Home Minister made certain statements in Parliament about the Kashmir issue. Today also he's supposed to speak in the Rajya Sabha about these 2 bills. How do you see those statements? Do you think they're accurate, or there is a...
They're not accurate. See, you can't tarnish the image of Nehru because they must know the facts. You know, why did the troops suddenly shift to Poonch and Rajouri? Because they were in danger. They would have been today part of POK if the troops hadn't shifted to save that region, which is part of India today. Secondly, they blame him for ceasefire. Whereas there is a letter itself written by Sardar Patel Sahib from Dehradun in 48 to Gopalaswamy Iyengar saying, we are sorry, we don't have the material to continue with this war. And we do not know how long this tragedy will last. We must find a solution to this immediately. It was not Nehru's decision. It was the condition of the country at that time. That decision was taken by the cabinet.
So it's a collective decision which Sardar Patel ji was a part of very much.
Part of it. His letter is there. Why don't they see that?
So why this attempt, sir? Why do you think this is being said?
They want to tarnish Nehru. Did he do nothing in 17 years? If Nehru was not there, Kashmir would not have been part of India. Let me tell you frankly. It would have never been part of India. It's a Muslim majority country and we would have gone to Pakistan. It was Nehru who saw to it that it stays with India. This they forget because they've got some, I don't know what is hatred about Nehru in their mind. I can't understand. It's something my father was put by him in jail. Still, I am not the one who will abuse him because he did so much for this nation. This nation can never forget what he has done for us. Today, if we are standing proudly, the basis of that nation was set by Nehru.
Cutting across to my colleague Pallavi and getting more details about this entire story. Pallavi, the fireworks that happened on the floor of the House in the aftermath. A context and perspective from you, please.
But Anusha, when it comes to the Jawaharlal Nehru issue, the Congress has always been very touchy about it. They've always accused the BJP of doing petty politics and tinkering with history. Because what the Congress says is that Jawaharlal Nehru is not just someone who belonged to a Nehru-Gandhi dynasty. He was also the first Prime Minister of independent India. And therefore, you have to get your facts right. You don't need to blame him needlessly. In fact, just after this comment came in from the Home Minister, you had Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, Manish Tiwari, all of them making the point that given the circumstances at that point of time, the matter was taken to an international level because that's the only way the other side would listen to us. But India has consistently opposed any attempt being made by Pakistan to internationalize the issue. And India has always said that Kashmir has got to do with the internal issues or policy of the country.
All right. Pallavi, as you put that into perspective, the issue of Kashmir, the manner in which the special status was done away with, that battle, of course, that issue is pending in the Supreme Court, that challenge is pending in the Supreme Court. But one of the arguments on the Reorganization Act was also the fact that because we've challenged what you did in Kashmir, you can't make any further changes. The BJP was also accused of trying to tinker with the democratic process. Tell us more about those arguments.
In fact, when the Article 370 was revoked, that's exactly what all the stakeholders, like the National Conference, for example, like the PDP, all of them made the point that, this is something which is against the people or the sentiments of the people of the valley. They were there, they lived there in special circumstances, there are special reasons, and therefore one must learn to appreciate them. And Article 370 is not just any other policy. It was essentially to protect the special rights of the people. This has never been accepted by the BJP. They point out the idea of one nation, one people, and therefore they say that Article 370 has overlived its relevance. What people over there require is development, infrastructure facilities, and with the revocation of Article 370, there are better and better development opportunities. And this is something which, of course, the Congress, NC, PDP completely disagree with. I think whenever those elections are going to take place, the point which NC and PDP particularly will be making is that you played with the sentiments of the people. They remain silent, not because they agree with you, but rather they are too scared to speak their mind.
All right, Pallavi, thank you so much for putting all of that into perspective. Some more reactions lined up for you.
दिन भर सदन में इस मुद्दे पे चर्चा होना चाहिए, क्योंकि एक छोटी मामला तो नहीं है और हिंदुस्तान के इतिहास के बारे में सिर्फ अमित शाह जी रूबारू नहीं है, और भी तो कोई हो। हिंदुस्तान में तो दो बहादुर है, मोदी जी और अमित शाह जी। तीन दोनों बहादुर को किसने रोका कि भाई पीओके तुम अपने कब्जे में लाया करो? कम से कम पीओके से एक सेब भी तो लाके दिखाओ कि हाँ हमने करके दिखाए। और इसके चलते मैं ये भी कहना चाहते हैं, आज पीओके की सीने चीरकर चाइना पाकिस्तान इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर बन रहे हैं, तो ये चाइना इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर जब पीओके के चीर कर बन रहे हैं, तो मोदी जी अमित शाह भी क्यों म्यू म्यू कर रहे हैं?
हमें बिल से सबसे बड़ा इतराज ही दो चीजों पे है। एक तो ये कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन पे अपना फैसला सुनाया ही नहीं है और ये लोग तब्दीली पे तब्दीली ला रहे हैं। उसके साथ साथ जहां तक नॉमिनेशन से सीट भरने का काम है, ये इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट को इख्तियार दिया जाना चाहिए। ये जो बिल के तहत इन्होंने एलजी साहब को दिए हैं, इसमें सीधा सीधा ये शक पैदा होता है कि ये बीजेपी की मदद करने के लिए किया जा रहा है, क्योंकि बीजेपी इलेक्शन जीत नहीं सकती तो बैकडोर से ये अपनी सीटों को बढ़ाने का काम कर रहे हैं। अगर इसमें फिलहाल कोई तब्दीली नहीं आती है तो इलेक्शन के बाद जब यहाँ इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट होगा, इसको दोबारा से देखा जाएगा।
इस हवाले से ये कह रहा है इलेक्शन होना बहुत जरूरी है, लोगों की बड़ी मुश्किलात है, मगर चूंकि इलेक्शन कमीशन हो या कोई और इदारा हो, वो सब बीजेपी के कंट्रोल में। इस वक्त जो बीजेपी कहती है वही करते हैं। इसलिए जब तक बीजेपी इसके लिए तैयार नहीं होगी, क्योंकि वो रोज बरोज नए नए कानून ला रही है जम्मू कश्मीर में, जिससे जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों के इख्तियारात दिन ब दिन कम होते जा रहे हैं, तो जब तक उनका अपना एजेंडा जो है वो पूरा नहीं होगा, तब तक लगता नहीं कि हमारे चीखने चिल्लाने से वो इलेक्शन करेंगे। इधर रिपोर्ट आपका एक सवाल हो गया।
पिछले 75 साल में भारतीय जनता पार्टी, ये 75 साल पुरानी बात करे चले जा रहे हैं, यही इतिहास को कोस कर आपने बहुमत पाया। बहुमत पाने के बाद भी आपने सिर्फ पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू को कोसा है। आपने 370, आप तो इतिहास रचने आए थे, आप इतिहास में जाकर दूसरों को क्यों कोस रहे हैं? और इतिहास रचने का जब आपको मौका मिला 370 हटाने का, आपने क्या क्या वादा किया था कश्मीर की जनता के साथ? आतंकी हमले खत्म होंगे, टेररिज्म जो है खत्म होगा, कश्मीरी पंडित भाई बहन वापस अपने घर लौटेंगे और चुनाव जल्द से जल्द होगा। ना आज तक चुनाव हुए, कश्मीरी पंडित भाई बहन अपने आप को सुरक्षित महसूस कर रहे हैं। मैं खुद जम्मू गई थी और देखा था कैसे कश्मीर छोड़कर वो मजबूर हो रहे हैं कश्मीर छोड़कर वापस आने के लिए, क्योंकि उनकी टारगेटेड किलिंग हो रही थी।
जब नेहरू के कारण ही हम तो पीओके पहुंच गए थे, सेना को किसने वापस करवाया? ये डॉक्यूमेंट है। सेना को वापस उन्होंने मंगवाया, कश्मीर को यूएनओ में ले जाने का काम उन्होंने किया। 370 और 35 को उन्होंने 35 को बैकडोर से ले गया, 35A को। ये सारा गलती तो कांग्रेस पार्टी और नेहरू के कारण हुआ। तो ये बातें सुनने में बलंडर नहीं, महाबलंडर है, लिखा हुआ है, जाके कांग्रेसी पढ़ लें।
We'll continue tracking that story and much more here on CNN News 18 on the other side of a very quick break. Stay tuned, stay with us.
Modi sir, you see that? mainly we don't have any essentials. As I told you, the milk. First 3 days we are using milk powder. We did not get any milk as of now. No electricity, and now we don't have water in our tanks. So
I'll start. Okay. So we are residents of Srinivasanagar, 2nd Street. It's been 3.5 days now that we don't have power. The power lines are actually submerged under water, which looks like, by the looks of it looks like sewage water. And we do not have any electricity, no inverters. But the water that we have in our tanks are also dried up now. So we don't have drinking water, neither do we have water to wash our faces or anything of that sort. It's getting very difficult. We really hope some sort of help arrives, because it's very risky for us to keep going like this without any drinking water either, right? So we really wish this message goes out to someone who can help us out in this stage, because none of us are able to work, none of us are able to venture out, but the offices have started, so it's getting really difficult. We really hope some sort of help arrives for us.
your name, sir?
Vivek.
Start.
Sir, this area is for the past 3 days we are meeting the flood due to cyclone. Okay. After that, nobody has come. So water is coming from the lake side, and still it is flowing. We are standing in the more than 2 feet waters. Nobody has taken any step. We are seeing our house is flooded with water. So we are staying on the first floor. So nobody, electricity is totally cut. So all the posts, current posts all fell down. So no power supply, no drinking water, everything, nothing, we are not having anything. So we are very helpless. The government has to take some steps to help our families in the street. So they have to take the state government or any organization, they have to they have to come forward for us to help us. See, this will continue for another 3 or 4 days, the water flowing. The water flowing has to be stopped, and the canal water is flowing like pump waters. So nobody has taken, nobody has visited this place. Except this, our area is very, very damaged and very worst condition. Somebody has to do something. Please do the help, sir.
Your name, sir?
My name is Tirunavgar, 32 Srinivasanagar, 2nd Street, Alapaka Road, Madurai, Chennai, 95.
हाँ, फुल फोन नहीं रखा ना, वो नहीं रखा हुआ है SOP की और हाँ ठीक है, चल रही है। तो तन्नी का वीडियो रहेंगे, वो तन्नी क्यों ना हाँ हाँ ये नहीं इंग्लिश नेशनल मीडिया ये नहीं
This server 4 from Chennai. Yeah, water like this. Yeah.
அதான் அது பக்கத்தில் வண்டி வரும். போட்டு பார்க்க போன் பார்க்கலாம்.
Welcome back, and as that huddle continues about who will be the next Chief Minister in the state of Rajasthan, here's an interesting tweet or a message on the social media platform X coming in from Maharani herself, Vasundhara Raje Scindia, who has tweeted on to say that BJP's massive victory in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh is a symbol of the fact that Congress' false promises and claims cannot match Modi ji's guarantee. Well, there are many faces in Rajasthan who are being considered for the post of the Chief Minister. The key question is, who will the party high command really choose? There have been certain murmurs about Vasundhara Raje Scindia being a top contender, but yet not the favourite of many within the party, especially in the party high command at the central leadership level. Arun Dhada will tell us more about it. Arun, what is the tone and the undertone of this entire message?
Well, see, I mean, as of now, there is no clear indication from the BJP side as to who's going to be those faces who are going to lead them in Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, and Madhya Pradesh. Amidst all, of course, Vasundhara Raje's post on X, congratulating and also putting out that video of Prime Minister Modi being welcomed in that parliamentary party meeting of Bharatiya Janata Party. But of course, I think the wait will not be much long, because the way the meetings are taking place. Yesterday we saw Union Home Minister meeting Prime Minister Modi first, and then JP Nadda reaching Amit Shah's house. Even today we are seeing some meeting taking place inside the parliament. Various ex-MPs who contested the assembly election, they met JP Nadda and Union Home Minister in Parliament. Vasundhara Raje had also flown to Delhi yesterday night. She is, putting up in Delhi. She's also expected to meet BJP JP Nadda today evening. That's what we have heard. And also there is, in all likelihood, a meeting of Amit Shah and JP Nadda tonight itself. So things are moving fast, but of course, it is very difficult to say at this moment that who's going to be the faces of Bharatiya Janata Party. Everybody is guessing at this moment. There are some source-based information, that BJP might go for Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister kind of a setup. All the calculation, of course, will go into it, and of course, 2024 Lok Sabha election will perhaps be one of the foundations for these decisions.
Arun, the million-dollar question really is that when the party makes that decision for the state of Rajasthan, there are various factors that the party needs to take into account. Of course, Vasundhara Raje Scindia is a political heavyweight. The Maharani Saiba is a past chief minister. She is one of the tallest leaders in the state. But also the murmurs within the state unit has been that there are many other faces that need to be considered. Tell us about that internal huddle. Who are the other key names which might want to stake their claim for being the next chief minister?
The first job for all the member of parliament who were asked to contest the assembly election was to influence the seats which falls either in their constituency or of course the nearing seats from where they were contesting the election. Now when 12 of them had won the election, those faces are somewhere in the run for that top post. So I mean, as far as Rajasthan is concerned, of course, Vasundhara Raje has been a two-time chief minister of Rajasthan, and in fact, when the results came on 3rd of December, we saw close to two dozen, or rather, in fact, more MLAs met Vasundhara Raje at her residence. And many leaders are saying in Rajasthan that was a courtesy call. She is the tallest leader of Bharatiya Janata Party in Rajasthan, and that was the reason why those MLAs met her. But some are actually getting some different angle in this entire story. So what is going to happen vis-a-vis Rajasthan is concerned, we'll have to see, and it is going to be very, very interesting, of course, in all these states.
All these states, of course, that will decide on the name of the chief minister. Of course, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, there were murmurs that Shivraj Singh Chauhan can make a comeback. Then there are also rumors that the party might just consider fresh faces as far as this particular, elections are concerned, after the assembly elections are concerned. But it's a wait and watch, and what the party decides in the state of Rajasthan will be crucial to watch out for. Now, let's also talk about what happened at the BJP meet. Prime Minister Narendra Modi got a rousing welcome from the Member of Parliament and of course congratulated the Prime Minister for the victory in the Hindi heartland. Brand Narendra Modi. The saffron surge and a wave of sorts that we saw in the Hindi heartland was credit to the individual brand of Prime Minister. The fact that in all the three states, yes, there are regional satraps, but none of these names were touted to be the next chief minister. There was a strong anti-incumbency in the state of Madhya Pradesh. It was expected that Congress party will make a comeback in the state of Chhattisgarh. And of course, Ashok Gehlot had a strong contendership for his party to be voted back to power. But beating all of those factors, the BJP has got the numbers. They are all set to get the next chief minister in a few days from now. The transition of power is happening at this point in time. We'll try and get you some more reactions on this entire story. Listen into the voices coming in.
प्रधानमंत्री ने क्या कहा सर? उन्होंने कहा कि मुझे जी या शी या उन्होंने कहा मेरी जनता भारत के लोग उनको प्रेम से मोदी कहते हैं, तो उन्होंने हम सबसे कहा जनप्रतिनिधियों को या हमारे पार्टी के लोगों को मुझे अतिरिक्त सम्मान देने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। मोदी को माननीय या जी कहने से कोई अंतर पड़ने वाला नहीं है और जनता मुझे अपना समझती है। मोदी कहती है तो आप भी मोदी कहते।
खास उल्लेख किया कि विजय है, बीजेपी का सामान्य कार्यकर्ता विजय है, राज्यों का नेताओं का विजय है, और जो लोगों ने अपनी 3-3, 4-4 पीढ़ियां खपा दी, चाहे वो स्वर्ग में है, वो भी विजय के अधिकारी। जातियों में कोई उन्होंने कहा कि जाति सिर्फ 4 ही होती है, वो चाहे महिला हो, किसान हो, युवा हो या गरीब हो। बाकी ये जाति का जो है बीच में भेद करते हैं, वो उनकी मंशा राजनीति की होती है। प्रधानमंत्री जी सबका साथ और सबका विकास का मंत्र को लेकर चल।
Cutting across once again to my colleague Arun Dhata, who is joining us on the phone line. Arun, what happened at the BJP parliamentary meet? And clearly the message from the Prime Minister is that it's the entire caste arithmetic of OBCs versus the Dalits versus the so-called upper caste. This arithmetic will not work in India's electoral politics anymore. That grammar has been rewritten. And he also defined that these are the only 4 so-called castes that exist in Indian politics as of today. Am I audible to you, Arun? Can you hear me? All right, we'll try and connect with Arun and get more details, playing out some more reactions.
सर, प्रधानमंत्री ने कार्यकर्ताओं का शुक्रिया अदा किया है कि जिस तरह की जीत मिली, खास करके मध्य प्रदेश में।
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने मध्य प्रदेश, छत्तीसगढ़, राजस्थान जहाँ भी चुनाव थे और ऐतिहासिक जीत हुई है, वहाँ पे सभी कार्यकर्ताओं का, बूथ तक के कार्यकर्ताओं का धन्यवाद और आभार करा है और ये कहा है कि ये जीत सामूहिक टीम वर्क है और ये पूरी टीम की जीत है। उन्होंने कहा ये पूरा कार्यकर्ताओं को।
Cutting across to my colleague Arun Dhata, I believe he's back with us on the broadcast. Arun, I believe one of the most crucial message was the so-called classes or castes that the BJP or the Prime Minister spoke of. And these are sections of society beyond the regular way in which we understand caste. I believe the underlying message was that this entire arithmetic of caste and dividing the votes that has been happening in this country is not the electoral grammar that will work anymore, neither at the state level nor at the central level.
Well, see, ever since Bihar caste survey came out and therefore we saw various opposition parties started talking about or rather demanding the caste census countrywide, and the line which BJP, started taking from that time was that the opposition parties, the India alliance are trying to divide the country in castes. For them, there are only 4 castes which matters, and Prime Minister Modi has been speaking on this. One is farmers, youth, women, and poor. These are the 4 castes which they consider is something for which they will have to work. And Prime Minister Modi's today's address, to the parliamentary party of BJP was something on that line. Prime Minister Modi very clearly told all the MPs that go to the constituencies, speak to the people and ensure that all the central schemes are reaching to them. If they are not reaching, then ensure that those people get the benefits of those schemes. Specifically, he mentioned Viksit Bharat campaign is something which is very important, and Vishwakarma, a scheme which central government has started from on 17th of October. That was also one of the focal point of Prime Minister Modi's address. And so largely Prime Minister Modi's message was very clear that we should not take voters for granted. They have supported us this time, so therefore their responsibility increases. So therefore you'll have to go to people, and also a clear message that we should not really get the victory into our heads. We won 3 states. Now it is time to once again think of the welfareism, go amongst the people and prepare themselves for 2024 Lok Sabha elections. And also Prime Minister Modi's important point was that it is not a victory of one individual or of one face. It is a victory of everyone, all those people who participated in the elections or who participated in the campaign or the ground workers.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Arun, for putting all of that into perspective. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you and get more details. Interesting developments there. All eyes on the 3 Hindi heartland states, and we await the announcement of the chief ministers in that particular state. Let's also listen into some more reactions, voices coming in on the story.
प्रधानमंत्री ने एक एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट को लेकर एक जिक्र किया, उसके बारे में क्या कहा प्रधानमंत्री?
देखिए, प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स हैं उसके बारे में जो है फोकस उन्होंने रखा। उन्होंने बताया कि किस तरह से उन डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स के अंदर जो है वो हमारी परफॉर्मेंस की बदौलत, हमारी गुड गवर्नेंस की बदौलत जो है वो कितना असर उसका जो है वो सरकार पर पड़ता है, और इसलिए हमारी भारतीय जनता पार्टी 50 से लेकर 55-60 के करीब तक जो है सीटें वहाँ पर हम लोग जीत पाए हैं। तो ये बहुत मायने रखता है कि हमारी गुड गवर्नेंस की वजह से धरातल पर जो लोग हैं वो अप्रिशिएट करते हैं हमारी सरकार को भी और हमारी पार्टी को।
प्रधानमंत्री ने लोक जातियों की बात करी। प्रधानमंत्री ने आपको आज बताया कि 4 जातियां कौन सी जाति के बारे में?
बिल्कुल, उन्होंने कहा कि 4 जातियां हैं। एक गरीब की जाति है, एक किसान की जाति है, एक युवा की जाति है और एक जो है महिला की जाति है। तो अगर कोई महिला जो है उनको सरकार की योजनाओं का लाभ कैसे मिल रहा है, तो हमें वो उनको एक ग्रुप की तरह देखना चाहिए। ये महिला कौन सी पर्टिकुलर कास्ट कम्युनिटी से, उसकी बजाय नारी जाति जो है एक अलग जाति है, किसान की जाति एक अलग जाति है। वो किसी भी कास्ट से क्यों ना बिलोंग करते हो, लेकिन किसान जो है वो किसान ही है। उसी तरह से युवा जो है वो
हुआ ही है। गरीब जो है वो गरीब ही है, वो किसी भी जाति से हो सकता है। तो उन सबके उत्थान के लिए हमारी सरकार कैसे काम कर रही है, इसके बारे में जो है हम सब लोगों को विस्तार से बताया और हमारा मार्गदर्शन किया।
Let's also talk about the aftermath of the cyclone, and of course after the aftermath, schools, colleges in various parts of Tamil Nadu continue to remain shut. The state government has also said that precaution still needs to be taken in various areas, keeping in mind that the water still has to recede in certain residential areas which have witnessed heavy water logging. As far as certain districts are concerned, in one of the districts of Vellacheri, there was certain roads that led to caving in. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin distributed the relief items. There was also a joint briefing and a meeting and a public appearance of Union Mantri Rajnath Singh, and we also had M.K. Stalin meeting him today. Both the state and the central government have come together as far as coordinated efforts from their side is concerned in ensuring that people receive the necessary aid and the help that they require. Playing out what Mr. Rajnath Singh said and some ground reports.
It's been 4 days since Chennai had seen incessant rains and recorded at least 40 centimeter rainfall in most of the places. And even now, some of the areas, including the one here in North Chennai, continues to remain waterlogged. This is in fact the main road. Of course, the water levels have receded over the last 24 hours because yesterday, even this area was inundated. You can see the medical bills, all these in fact have been washed away because of the flood-like situation that Chennai had seen. This is a medical shop situated in North Chennai. The water had entered this medical shop as well. So all the medical bills that were kept on stock, they were in fact washed away because of the water entering these shops. In fact, let's talk to the owner of the medical shop. Sir, enna mari baadip ஏற்பட்டிருக்கு சார் உங்களுக்கு?
வருஷம் ஒரு இப்படி மழை ட்ரெயின் வரும்போது நெஞ்ச அளவுக்கு தண்ணி வந்து கடைக்குள்ளே எப்படியும் ஒரு இடுப்பு அளவுக்கு தண்ணி வந்துடும். வருஷம் இந்த பாதிப்புகள் இந்த ஏரியா ஜமாலயாவில் ஸ்டேட் பேங்க்லேருந்து அந்த நார்த் டவுன் வரைக்கும் எப்போதுமே இது மாதிரி தண்ணி வருது. நாங்கள் இப்போ தான் இதுக்கு ட்ரெயின்லாம் பண்ணணும். மறுபடியும் அந்த ட்ரெயின் தான் அதோடைய பிரச்சனை. ட்ரெயின் பண்ணோம், கிராஸ் டிக்கெட் பண்ணோம். ஆனால் ஓவர் ட்ரெயின். ஆனால் வருஷம் இந்த பாதிப்பு இங்கே எப்போதுமே இருக்குது. இந்த ரோட்டில் லேசாக மழை பெஞ்சால் கூட இவ்வளோ தண்ணி இருக்கும். இப்போ மழை பெஞ்சு 3 நாள் ஆச்சு, இன்னும் தண்ணி போகலைங்க. இதுதான் நிலமை.
So he's saying that every year it rains in Chennai, the situation is the same. Every time the city witnesses rainfall, even light showers will lead to waterlogging in this place. And this time around, 3 days after the rain stopped, the situation continues to remain the same. The water levels are receding, but the waterlogging still persists, is the word coming in from the medical shop owner.
All right, some latest news coming in. A meeting of the Congress leaders will be held tomorrow here in the national capital on the 8th of December. And this is to review the party's performance in the state of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, the defeat that the Congress party has suffered. Party President Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge will preside over it. Central leadership, members of the state unit, all of them will be present. Shirin Elizabeth joining us on the broadcast, getting us more details. Shirin, over to you. Tell us more about it, please.
Well, a meeting at about 2:30 at AICC headquarters in the national capital has been scheduled as far as the review meeting of Chhattisgarh as well as Madhya Pradesh is concerned. Madhya Pradesh meeting is going to be at about 4 p.m. and day after tomorrow, that is on 9th, a review meeting of Rajasthan will be held. Now, the observers of all these states have been summoned to the national capital. Apart from that, the PCC president of Chhattisgarh, Deepak Bej, the former Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel, the Deputy Chief Minister C.S. Singh Dio, apart from that Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Kamal Nath, all these leaders have been summoned and they have to submit, they have to basically tell that what really went wrong as far as the elections in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh is concerned. And on 9th, Rajasthan review will also happen, and this review will be chaired by Mallikarjun Kharge, and our sources have been suggesting as far as Rajasthan is concerned and Madhya Pradesh is concerned, big actions are going to be taken as far as the PCC president is concerned. Remember, the PCC president of Madhya Pradesh is Kamal Nath and the PCC president for Rajasthan is Govind Singh Dotasra. So there are indications that these leaders will be removed and fresh faces will be put in place. As far as Chhattisgarh is concerned, it is Deepak Bej who has been recently made the PCC president, so that he perhaps will not be removed. but it is going to be the accountability, of course, is going to be on the state leaders. What is going to be their answers, we have to, of course, see.
All right. Thank you, Shirin, for putting all of that in perspective. All eyes on that very crucial meeting of the Congress party. Some manthan and chintan must happen in the grand old party. We'll continue tracking that and much more on the other side of a very quick break. Stay tuned. Stay with us.
Brought to you by
இதெல்லாம் குட்டியா புண்ணிய எல்லாம் ஒரு இடம் ஹெல்ப் பண்றாங்களா இங்க ஒன்று பண்ண மாட்டாங்க எங்க மக்களுக்கு.
சவுறு ஓட்டப்பட்ட உள்ள போயிடும். கரண்ட் ஓடுது. மோட்டர் இருக்குமா? மோட்டர் இருக்கும். மோட்டர் வாடகைக்கு எங்க கிடைக்கணும். நான் மவுண்ட் ரோட்ல தான்
இங்கே கிடையாது. நான் பார்த்துட்டு தான் வண்டி ஒன்று மவுண்ட் ரோட்லேருந்து வர வச்சு டிரைவராக அதுக்கு நைட்டு வந்து
Ready. Like for past 3 days, we are suffering from water logging in our area in Madurai Lalapatam. You can see almost all transformers and the posts have been fallen in the roads. And past 3 days, we don't have any electricity, and moreover, almost drain water got mixed into the water. State, and please help us, Tamil Nadu government, request you to help us at the current situation. We don't have any essentials to get it. I request Tamil Nadu government to get us out of the situation.
So what are the things you are facing? You have kids, do you have water? You have water logs in outside your house, inside your house. How do you see that?
Mainly, we don't have any essentials, as I told you. The milk, past 3 days we are using milk powder. We did not get any milk as of now. No electricity, and now we don't have water in our tanks. So
I'll start. Okay. So we are residents of Srinivasanagar, second street. It's been 3.5 days now that we don't have power. The power lines are actually submerged under water, which looks like, by the looks of it looks like sewage water. And we do not have any electricity, no inverters. But the water that we have in our tanks are also dried up now. So we don't have drinking water, neither do we have water to wash our faces or anything of that sort. It's getting very difficult. We really hope some sort of help arrives, because it's very risky for us to keep going like this without any drinking water either, right? So we really wish this message goes out to someone who can help us out in this stage, because none of us are able to work, none of us are able to venture out, but the offices have started, so it's getting really difficult. We really hope some sort of help arrives for us.
Your name, sir?
Vivek.
Start.
Sir, this area is for the past 3 days, we are meeting the flood.
Welcome back, and we continue to get you all the updates as far as the Hindi heartland is concerned. State of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan is what is expected. The latest information that we get is that BJP is all set to make a crucial announcement tomorrow. What exactly are the details? Let me try and cut across to Pal and get more details on this entire story. Pal, the announcement for all the 3 state observers expected tomorrow.
Yes, what we're given to understand by way of top sources in the BJP is that the observers, the central observers, will be sent to all these 3 states to hold the legislative party meeting. That announcement would happen tomorrow. That's what we're getting. That's what we're getting to understand from our sources. Even though the BJP leadership right now is completely mum on the entire thing in terms of what the CM faces will look like, whether or not there will be a deputy CM in place, how is it going to go from here on. But yes, what we're given to understand that yes, tomorrow the central observers will be sent, and the moment the central observers sent, within the next couple of days, you will be able to see the legislative party meeting, which is a process to be followed to elect the leader of the legislative party. After the chief ministerial face will be announced. So far, the leadership is also very mum and completely tight-lipped on whether or not big states like the states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh should have deputy CMs. But what we are able to understand from our conversation with some of the leaders is that possibly the formula will continue just like that, and there won't be any deputy CMs, is what we are given to understand.
There won't be any deputy chief ministers. The party top high command is going to decide on the next 3 names. Pal, interestingly, all 3 names have strong regional leaders, strong faces that have led the state in the past, and a lot of competitors, healthy competition within the party, and key names to choose from.
Well, the party will have to decide whether they want to pursue with those names that are tried and tested, or whether or not the party wants to go with somebody which is a fresh name. or whether or not the parties decided to, in fact, have a blend of these two. Because remember, after the next few months, you have the 2024 elections, which are extremely crucial for the Saffron Party's chances, and nobody wants to take any chance right now. Also, the fact that many things have to be taken into account, including the class combination, the regional focus. So all of these things will be extremely crucial before the party leadership takes a decision. But the likes of Dr. Raman Singh, Vasundhara Raje Scindia, and Shivraj Singh Chauhan, they are old timers within the party. They've been somebody who led the party together. Is this a time for generational shift for the party? The answer probably is a yes and no, both, because the BJP leadership is completely tight-lipped over here in the center. Anusha.
All right. Thank you, Pal, for putting all of that into perspective. Interesting how the party is going to strike that particular balance. We'll try and get you more details. But first, let me get you this exclusive conversation. First Post Managing Editor Palki Sharma gets you this exclusive conversation with the President of Kenya, William Ruto, about Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India's growth, and what are the strategic ties that can be expected between the two nations in the times to come. Listen into this conversation.
President Ruto, welcome to India. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Thank you very much for... It was a wonderful visit to India, and I'm truly grateful to the government, people, Prime Minister, President of India for receiving me, and for all the conversations we've had and all the discussions that we've had. And I am very confident that it's going to be a new chapter in India-Kenya relations.
Tell me about your conversations and meeting with Prime Minister Modi. What is your equation with him?
We had a wonderful conversation with Prime Minister Modi. I have a lot of admiration for Prime Minister Modi, the way he has managed to pick up India and the way he is focused on matters that affect common people, and the way he believes, like me, in bottom up, trying to do what benefits the majority of citizens. And so we had a robust conversation on a wide-ranging subject of issues that are of mutual benefit between Kenya and India. We have agreed on what we can do around trade in agricultural commodities. For the first time, we are exporting avocados to India from just 2 months ago. There are some tariff negotiations that Prime Minister Modi has agreed to consider. We also had a robust conversation about digital government. India has made huge strides in making sure that they can deliver government service efficiently, cost effectively, and also eliminating bureaucracy and pilferage and corruption. That is precisely what I want to do in Kenya. Already we have digitized almost 90% of government services in Kenya, following in the footsteps of India. I had a wonderful experience with Prime Minister Modi, and as I told you, he is a great inspiration on what he does. And of course, I was asking him, well, it's tough, doing things for 50 million people. I don't know how he does for 1.4 billion. It's quite something.
What did he tell you that? The answer to that?
He gave me some tips, not for the media.
Not for the media?
Yes.
Right. Very interesting. It sounds like you got a lot of work done in a very short visit and a lot of deals. And as you were talking, I was wondering, a few decades back, the developing world was looking at Western models of development and of growth that were to be emulated. Do you think that now the India model is something that countries like Kenya and others resonate with more?
Well, we all share the same history. India was a British colony just like Kenya. And India was lucky to have made strides ahead of us. And so there is a lot of commonality, and in fact that's what I was saying yesterday. There is a lot of commonality between India and Kenya. It's easier.
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. After a resounding 3-1 win in the assembly elections just gone by, Prime Minister Narendra Modi got a standing ovation as he arrived at the BJP parliamentary meeting today, celebrating the party's triumph. Addressing that meet, the Prime Minister urged MPs to take, quote, Modi ki guarantee message